Hi everyone, welcome to your April 2016 reading. This is for Gemini and Gemini Rising. I hope you're having a great day, and I'm really excited to read for April because it marks the change of a season. In the Northern Hemisphere, of course, it's spring, and what I wanted to do for the channeled messages was to look at themes of growth and change for this month. So for you to help accomplish that inner growth, sometimes even material or outer growth, it's all about you being able to receive. And although a lot of times I give active words, and receiving still is, there's a passiveness that's part of this, which means open your eyes, open your ears, open your heart to opportunities. And when they come to you, don't doubt them. That's one message that comes through loud and clear for Gemini is for this month. Sometimes I think it's easier for us to accept the fact that we're not, oh, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not good enough for this. If an opportunity comes to you this month, just say thank you and make the best that you can of that opportunity. Make the most of it. Because you never know why a great thing is coming your way, but if you push it away because of fear or because of self-doubt, you're never going to be able to realize whatever opportunity is in front of you. Okay? So do your best to receive and open your eyes, open your ears, and your heart to the opportunities around you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what the cards have in store for you. And for those of you who haven't tuned into my channel before, I extend this forecast each month to include health, wealth, love, and destiny. But I begin with a regular Celtic cross and what I call a catalyst card. And the catalyst card is the connection. It's also that sort of key that you put in the ignition that allows for everything to happen. So we'll look at that in a moment. Let me just go ahead and get the cards placed. I read with so many different types of cards that I really do love coming back to a traditional Rider-Waite occasionally. And I get a lot of questions about which cards I'm using. I'll post those in the link. Not the link. I'll post the link in the description area underneath the video. So if you want to know, I'll do it there. All right, so let's take a look at the catalyst. And for you, your catalyst is empathy. The card was reversed. So that's telling me it could be a little challenging for some of you to start that this month. But once you allow yourself to think about how another person is feeling, think about their motivation, it is going to allow you to have a lot more opportunities coming to you. Like I said, the receiving opportunities. So try not to react too quickly to any arguments, disputes, conversations, allegations that might come your way. In this case, you'd receive the information and you would try to put yourself in that person's shoe. Let's see as we pull, we'll extend the forecast after this general reading, and we'll see how that empathy is going to play in with the other cards. Okay, so let's look at what this month is all about for Gemini. Central card is Seven of Pentacles reversed. For a lot of you, the spring is about rebuilding financial stability for you, for your family, and also taking a look at how you've been doing things, whether some of you might be students, making sure that you're on the right path of study. It's so easy sometimes, and I forget about the younger folks that are watching, to sometimes get pulled into another person's projection of what they think you should be doing. And it doesn't matter if you're a student age like 15 or 55, you need to figure out what it is you want to do with your life and try not to have other people influence it. It is your life, it is your soul, it is your journey. The reason I'm focusing on this because Seven of Pentacles is a card about planting seeds that are going to eventually take off, but you'll notice this guy's a little forlorn, a little bit questioning. I'm sometimes a little disappointed. Look at how much work has been done. So I want you to think about that where you're at. And I was also mentioning about what it is you want to do, because this is crossed by the Seven of Cups. We have Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is all about sometimes being dizzied by the options. And if I pull the card a little closer, you'll see that there's a lot of great opportunities. There's some not so great. You just need to, I would say, tune out some of the noise around you and try to follow the path that feels the best to you. Remember, you're receiving this month, so like close your eyes and really think about if you didn't have to worry about money, if you didn't have to worry about expectations, what would your decision be? Or another way of putting it is, time is finite. We never know when our last day is, but imagining this was the last day on the planet for you, what would you be happy with the decisions you made today? It makes it a lot easier sometimes to make that big decision when you think, this is really what I want. And if I had, if I don't know how much time is left, I want to spend it doing this. Okay, spend enough time saying that. All right. In the deep past, I see the Four of Wands. With the Four of Wands, a lot of you have been working on trying to stabilize relationships and possibly your own work relationships as well. It's a good card to have in your deep past, and even the reversal of this is still positive. You'll notice that it shows strength, it shows the ability to create lasting and impactful liaisons, relationships, networking. So this is a great time for some of you to capitalize on that. So for those of you that are job searching, you'll notice that your crowning card is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So what I would say here is that opportunities abound, but you have to pay attention to how much work you're putting in towards certain endeavors. So if you're trying to date someone, are you the one that's always initiating it? Or if you're trying to go for a job interview and you've been on like 5 follow-ups, at a certain point you have to ask yourself, why is it so difficult? And then look and see if there's other opportunities that are sort of not being capitalized. Maybe you discounted, a job opportunity because it seemed like that's never going to fit or they won't like me. Throw your hat in the ring and see if you get a quick follow-up. Same thing happens. I actually think it doesn't matter whether it's a relationship, a job, or a life situation. If you push too hard, you may be going against the grain, and that may not be worth it unless you're really trying to change your own karma, your own destiny. Sometimes better opportunities come when you're just sort of letting go and allowing things to flow. So don't fight the current unless there's a really good reason this month. What I see that I would like you to focus on, however, is your emotional state of being. Looks like some of you might be starting the month off with either a little bit of depression or perhaps longing, because the Queen of Cups can also be longing when she's reversed. What I see here with the Empress card, however, is you're going to be heading in towards a really nice spring and early summer. For some of you, this is a time to think about starting a family, because the Empress is a symbol of fertility, about motherhood. It's also a great card to start a new business under. So in the sort of context of this month, I would say the middle of the month, the third week in particular, is really good for all business matters. I'd rather you do it before the end of the month, because I'm seeing either some unfavorable expenses coming in, or it might be a little bit more difficult to negotiate salaries or contracts, but towards the second to third week of the month, things are much more favorable for you. Relationships overall this month are going to be something that you're going to have to work a little harder at. We have the Two of Cups in the present situation, your present state of mind, showing a lot of you may have started dating someone, you're questioning where that's going. A lot of you are longing for that relationship, because I see the Queen of Cups here. And some of you might be looking to other people to sort of fulfill missing pieces of yourself. These two cards together are basically saying, seek that sort of fulfillment within yourself. So if you're feeling lonely, engage in activities that sort of bring you joy. If you're feeling like you're not happy with your physical or mental well-being, work on those areas so that you would be able to call in someone a little bit higher. There may be, I'm not going to call it a breakup, but for some of you, there could be some relationship challenges with water signs in particular this month, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Particularly, I see a woman here right around the first to second week of the month for some of you that could be causing trouble. What is worth spending time on this month and worth celebrating, however, is no matter how hard you work at it, and you might get frustrated by it, I see positive strides in regards to your money. So we go from 7 of Pentacles reversed to 9 of Pentacles reversed, which again is showing me probably some unnecessary stress. Because you'll notice this is one of the best cards in regards to finance. It's one where you can reap the reward, of all the hard work that you've done, all of the energy that you've put into to making and saving money and creating work opportunities. You'll notice on here that nice little snail at the bottom. It's hard to get the camera to focus on it, but I'll try to bring it closer. There you go. Anyway, the snail indicates that slow and steady wins the race, basically, when it comes to your finances. There's no such thing as a consistently quick victory or sustainably quick sort of turnaround on things. You want to be really smart and look at long term for all of your investments. Don't be afraid to face up to whatever it is that's sort of stressing you out in your relationship at the moment. I don't mind Two of Swords. I don't like it, but I don't mind it because of all the Swords cards, this is usually the easiest to overcome. It involves fear and a decision, often in concert. So being afraid of making a difficult decision, for instance. Now, what I want you to try to avoid in this is hastily spending money this month, shutting anyone out in your life, friends or family that have maybe acted out of turn. Find out what it is. Remember, empathy is your catalyst card this month. So try to understand if they did it maybe to protect you, out of fear of you, out of intimidation, out of jealousy. There's probably an underlying reason for any sort of betrayal that might have gone on this month. And you can avoid it, and it doesn't have to get sort of unwieldy. So the other thing is, when we look at the Five of Pentacles, I would love for you to focus on not doing any sort of unnecessary luxury spending. This isn't a month to buy an iPhone, a yacht, a car, anything like that. This is a month to window shop, to research, and to do your best to repair any sort of existing problems that might kind of be plaguing your business, or even maybe house repairs, etc. If you do it now, you're actually going to save yourself time and money later. But I wouldn't buy a big ticket item this month unless you absolutely have to. So let's take a look now. We'll extend your forecast into health, wealth, love, and destiny. So your health card, which again includes both physical and mental health, will come up here just in a moment. And what we see here is awareness, and more specifically, Wizard of Awareness. So what that is telling me is you have the capacity to make major changes this month. A wizard is all powerful, but only if she or he is really paying attention to all the details and feels their power. No one will believe you if you don't believe yourself, and that's what this is telling me. So in regards to your health, what this means is if you don't believe you're capable of improving, for instance, maybe you want to do some sort of weight training to improve your overall stamina or muscle or whatever, if you're trying to gain muscle, etc. You have to believe that you're able to do that and stick with it, and believe in really, sometimes I'm getting the word miracles in my head. So for some of you, it might be almost what seems like insurmountable odds, but they are actually something that you can achieve, whatever these sort of goals and aspirations you have are. Think, for instance, someone that might be trying to go for an Olympic medal. Everybody's probably telling them you can't do it. But the only difference between success sometimes and failure, or success and just playing it safe, is your own mind over matter. So take that to heart when it comes to your body and your mind this month. Think that the impossible is possible and try to go there. Maybe you're only going to get halfway, but you would never have gone that far unless you sort of had faith in yourself. So really focus on physical activity is what I'm getting with that. For some of you, if you're interested in studying a little bit more on metaphysics, the wizard portion of this is showing that it's a really good time for you to expand knowledge of Reiki, knowledge of tarot, knowledge of anything esoteric, also spiritual. If you want to deepen your faith, it's a great month to spend some time and energy in that, and that's going to help you both physically and mentally from the spiritual end. Okay, so for wealth, what I see is a well-deserved reward. Fantastic card showing me that, much like we were seeing here, this really is an almost exact correlation to the Nine of Pentacles. Well-deserved reward, and this is what we see, reaping the benefits of whatever hard work you've done. It's reversed, so try not to doubt yourself. It looks like it might be coming in on the second week of the month. Again, the tie is both to the date and also to the Nine of Pentacles. And I see that you just need to be grateful and gracious when this opportunity for recognition happens. So a lot of times people sort of feel like they feel guilty for the success. For this one, what you really want to do is just say, thank you so much, I'm really happy, and just believe it and accept it, okay? You don't have to be, no false humility is what's coming through for this. Just go ahead and go for it, okay? Now let's take a look at what's coming through for love. Love and relationships. Okay, for love, be bold. You are going to be the one in the driver's seat this month. It looks like in regards to finance, you want to wait and see what's going to happen. But for love, basically go out there and it says take risks and be daring. I think that's true. The other thing is, the bold isn't just about those of you that are single. For those of you in a relationship afraid to talk about something, I want you to be bold and face the shadow side, face the fear, and realize that if you do that now, then you can actually temper this card quite a bit. It doesn't have to be a card of pain, of feeling sort of like put out in the cold. You can actually have someone see you for who you are, understand your concerns, and also illustrate that you're looking at them. You can see that they're suffering perhaps. So empathize with them, as we saw with that catalyst card at the beginning, empathy, and try to confront in a kind way whatever it is. You're going to have to take the step though. You can't always wait for someone else to come to you. And finally, when we look at your destiny card, which is less the karmic, it's not really all of the garbage that you have from the past or the opportunities from the past. This is really what's welcoming you in, where you can go with path of least resistance perhaps. What I see here is grounding, but I also see growth with this. So some of you may be afraid to put down roots. You might be in a point of your life where it feels like, I just want to get away, I just want to escape. If that's the case, it's okay to do that to a point, but what this is saying is, find the areas of your life where stability doesn't scare you, even where it does scare you, but you need to start to plant some roots. Whether you travel a lot, whether you're seeing the world right now, there has to be some parts of your life that you can depend on, because this is what's going to allow you to eventually flourish. Think of any plant, tree, or thing in nature. Usually it needs a home base, or in the case of this, like a place to stay for a while. So I would say after the journey's done, find something that this is something for the year at large as well. Since the Destiny card really reaches out past April, this is saying for the year of 2016 for Gemini, grounding and eventually being in a stable position, that's your goal, okay? So I'm going to recap what we have in front of us. Central theme here of improving your monetary situation, at least in the first and third weeks of the month. Starting to narrow your sort of decision process when it comes to future work opportunities or school opportunities. Trying not to listen to other people, trusting your own intuition, knowing that you've made a really great network of friends that you can call upon for help when you need it. Seeing that it's necessary for you to find that strength within. Try not to get pulled into other people's emotional battles. But this is a month for you to be bold and face your fears, face others, help them face their fears, and to try to be temperate and diffuse any sort of arguments that might arise. When we were looking at the extended cards this month, your catalyst says to be empathetic when it comes to all aspects of your life, particularly though in health. This means being aware of what's going on in your body, but also being able to dream big. I think we were talking about that. So go beyond your own perceptions and others' perceptions, dream big. And it's a great month to start new study when it comes to this, whether you want to study to be, like I said, metaphysics, or it can also be like coaching. All of that's good this month. For wealth, just accept the positive rewards that come your way. And if they're not coming, change your life so that they can, because basically the universe does want to reward you this month. When it comes to love, you're the one that's going to have to take the stand or be strong or ask someone out or say I love you. It's all in your hands. Finally, this is really extending out to the whole year, but you need to start finding more opportunities to ground yourself. All of this ultimately will set you up for the channeled message, which was to receive. You have to plant your roots, and you have to be strong in order to receive and allow blessings to come your way. That concludes the reading for this month. As always, it was really a joy to read for you. And I really appreciate all of the kind words that you guys put in the comments, the likes and the subscribes. It does keep me going from month to month and help me understand that I'm actually connecting with you. So definitely keep that up. I read all the comments. If, however, there's something that you want to sort of explore a little bit more, I'll post the link in the corner, and you can set up a personal reading with me via Skype, telephone, or FaceTime. I typically book about a month out, but I've opened up a new feature where you can do a rush reading, and so if that suits you, then feel free to do that. Otherwise, stay in touch with me, and a great way to do that, I'll post all the links to my social networks. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, I'm also on Instagram, and I have a newsletter. So all of those are great ways to keep in touch. Take care of yourselves. Thanks again for choosing me. I appreciate that. Satnam. Bye-bye.